All right, let's just jump right into it. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking what is honestly one of the most accessible side hustles out there for 2026, getting paid to test websites and apps. Now, I know you're probably thinking, great, another side hustle pitch, but stick with me here because this one actually breaks the mold. It strips away basically all of those massive, intimidating barriers that usually stop people from making money online. We're going to look at exactly how it works, who's actually footing the bill, and how you can get started.
Here is exactly what we're going to cover today. We'll hit the zero barrier hustle, how user testing works, the top 4 platforms, realistic monthly earnings, and 3 rules for success. All right, Section 1, the zero barrier side hustle. So the absolutely crucial point here is this: zero. This requires 0 followers, 0 prior tech experience, and 0 upfront investment. Unlike trying to be a content creator where you're constantly grinding for an audience, or drop shipping where you need, actual capital for inventory and ads, this needs absolutely none of that. You don't need to invent a product. You don't need a crazy specialized skill set. It's a genuine zero barrier entry point to generating extra income. And the wildest part? Look at who's actually writing the checks here. We are not talking about some shady fly-by-night operations. We're talking about absolute tech and retail giants. Apple, Microsoft, Walmart. These companies are actively hunting for regular, everyday people to use their products and give them totally honest feedback. They are literally relying on you to tell them what works and what's broken. Moving right along to Section 2, how user testing works. Now, you might be wondering, why on earth would these massive corporations hand over their cash to me? Well, it boils down to a pretty stark business reality. Before a company launches a product or a website or a shiny new app feature to millions of people, they desperately need to know if a regular, average person can actually use it without getting completely lost. Like, can a first-time visitor easily spot the checkout button? Does the menu make any sense at all? Because if a customer gets frustrated and bails, that company loses millions. So paying you a few bucks to spot those annoying little glitches before the public does, that's a massive win for them. So what are you actually doing? Well, paid user testing is literally just this. You record your screen and you speak your thoughts out loud while clicking around a product. That's the whole gig. They hire recruitment platforms to find people exactly like you. You'll get a set of super basic instructions, maybe something like, hey, go add a pair of sneakers to your cart. And you just talk through your thought process while you do it, Okay, I'm looking for the shoes. This menu is kind of confusing. Oh, wait, actually, there it is. Boom, done.
Okay, let's get into the good stuff. Section 3. Top 4 testing platforms.
Here is your go-to menu for 2026. First up is user testing. This is absolutely the gold standard in the industry. A standard recorded test pays about $10 for maybe 20 minutes of your time, and if you land a live interview, that can hit $60 a pop. Next, you've got Userlytics. Really flexible, works on desktop, mobile, tablet, paying anywhere from $5 to $90. And they conveniently process payments every 2 weeks straight to PayPal, which is super nice. Then there's Respondent. This is where the heavy hitters are. We're talking $75 to $250 a session. And finally, Lyssna. This is your absolute fastest way to start, paying a couple bucks for super quick, like 2 to 10 minute tasks. To play this right, you really kind of have to look at it as a spectrum. On one end, you have Lyssna. 0 qualification tests required, no crazy software to download. You can literally start right now. But yeah, the pay is on the lower side. On the total opposite end is Respondent. They pay top dollar. Again, up to $250. But the catch? They use really strict demographic matching. You are just not going to qualify for every single study on there. So it's a trade-off, right? You trade the instant gratification of Lyssna for the incredibly lucrative but highly targeted paydays over on Respondent. Which brings us to Section 4, realistic monthly earnings. Let's talk real numbers, because expectation management is absolutely key here. If you're an active tester, meaning you sign up and you're actively juggling, say, 3 to 5 platforms at once, you can realistically pull in between $100 and $500 a month. Now, if you hustle and become a top earner who actively nails those premium live interviews and specialized studies, you're looking at $500 to $1,500 a month. This generates a seriously solid, 100% legit side income. But, and this is a big but, this is a side hustle. It's incredibly flexible, sure, but it is definitely not meant to replace your full-time salary. Finally, Section 5, 3 rules for success. Okay, if you actually want to get picked for these tests, you have to follow these 3 golden rules. Rule number 1, treat the practice test seriously. So many new testers rush this, get rejected, and it is basically impossible to get back in. Speak clearly, think out loud, take your time. Rule 2,
check your dashboard directly. Do not sit around waiting for slow email alerts, because by the time you read it, the test is gone. They fill up in minutes, guys. You gotta be proactive. And rule 3, give incredibly detailed verbal commentary. If your feedback is just vague, you'll get awful ratings from the clients, and the platforms will essentially just ghost you. To wrap the whole shebang up, here is literally all you need to start generating income from this today. You need a device, which, let's be real, you obviously already have if you're watching this explainer. You need a working microphone, which is already built into almost every modern device anyway. And you need your honest opinion. That's it. No audience building, no inventing a product, no massive time investment learning to code, just you, your screens, and your thoughts. So I want to leave you with this thought to chew on. The next time you're pulling your hair out over some frustrating, glitchy app or a completely terrible checkout process, ask yourself, could I have literally been paid to point this out? The internet is absolutely packed with broken designs, and these companies have the cash ready for you to find them. The platforms are out there, the barrier to entry is literally zero, and your opinions are genuinely valuable. So what websites are you already using every single day that you could be getting paid to critique right now?